So there are a few countries that I would absolutely avoid in 2026 for some very obvious reasons. Things have changed, and I'm going to propose certain alternatives which are far better, with some options which have direct citizenship. So I should rather say most options also have a direct citizenship pathway. So you can either get the residency and then naturalize with minimum physical presence, or if you choose to get the direct citizenship, there is that option as well. And towards the end, I'm going to discuss a country, one of my favorite options, and this one is picking up crazy amount of interest in January 2026 because it's a zero tax everything country. Both the permanent residency or the citizenship could be remotely acquired. Yes, you can remotely acquire it. As part of the package, you could include a physical address in the country. It's a zero tax, so there's no concept of tax residency, no individual taxation in that country. So yes, you can get a physical address 100% managed for you. Utility bill, that's what a lot of banks or other institutions ask for. You could add that in the package. And we have a team that specializes in all these things. A phone number, that's a basic necessity in a country where you're trying to establish presence. So yes, a SIM card can be mailed to you. You can add an international plan, and then you have a local SIM card from the country. You can use this on exchanges, bank account opening, or even acquire a driver's license if you choose to. But that's going to be towards the end. Before that, let me start off with the countries that I would absolutely avoid in 2026. The first one and the obvious one is UAE, and I have nothing against Dubai, but there's some reasons, some strategic reasons why this would not make sense for a lot of you watching. The first and the obvious one is that is shifting from a pure zero tax jurisdiction to a 9% tax jurisdiction. And once this change happens, there are going to be other options that are going to be far more attractive, because there's a second reason why this would not make sense. The amount of money that you would save by paying less taxes is clearly and easily offset by the cost of maintenance of that option. So if you're doing a company formation, there's a cost of running the company. If you're doing a golden visa, then there's a cost of maintaining that residency, whether it's an apartment, villa. It's going to cost you a bomb. So you think conceptually you're going to pay 9% taxes. They reduce from what, 25 to 9%. But then when you're spending all this money, it is going to easily offset savings for a lot of people. And that's where I think this option has become a lot less attractive in 2026. The market is oversaturated. A lot of people don't like overcrowded cities. They don't like the chaos. It's a thing of the past where overcrowded city was a fun thing. But since the pandemic, people like cities with less population. So they have more privacy. They can enjoy a lot more. They're left alone, and they have personal space to live and to enjoy life in that city. And a lot of high net worth individuals, including certain influencers who have gone to Dubai but could not sustain that in a couple of months, they had to exit, they had to leave, and it did not work out. So it's not everyone's cup of tea. Now, what is the alternative? There are two amazing alternatives to Dubai. The first one is Mauritius, and the reason why I'm saying Mauritius is because there's a 0 to 3% tax bracket on corporate, so it's much better than Dubai once Dubai shifts to the 9%. So this is immune. And as the business owner, when you're drawing your salary, let's say you're drawing it as dividends, then there's a 0% personal tax. So this is a more stable, long-lasting solution at the fraction of the cost. What are the advantages of Mauritius? Safe country, English-speaking country, beautiful beaches, friendly immigration, and low on the pocket. It does not cost you, it does not offset the tax savings that you're trying to seek from Mauritius, unlike in the case of Dubai. Dubai is spectacular, it's glamorous, but if you're not going to physically spend all your time in Dubai, then you're just wasting a lot of money paying maintenance on the underlying property from that golden visa or your business formation. Now, we have a setup in Mauritius that works on different aspects. So let's say you're trying to establish a company, you're trying to strike a bank account, you're trying to strike a remote visa to Mauritius. All of that can be accomplished. There's several pathways to Mauritius, including direct lifetime permanent residency as well. So that is the number one choice. And if you are looking for an immediate immediate passport in 2 weeks, approximately 2 weeks. If you're looking for an immediate solution, then an alternative to Mauritius would be Panama. And I've covered this extensively for 2026. Yes, in 1 or 2 weeks, you can get a passport from Panama by simply opening a bank account. And you heard that right now. If you are interested in gaining more information on what this program is and how this is even possible, you can return and take a look at this video. I've covered this extensively. And I had gotten my head of legal on this channel to discuss the different options in Mauritius. If you have missed that video, then you can return and take a look at this one. My head of legal covers every single aspect of Mauritius in a lot of detail, including your questions on the pathway to citizenship. So definitely return and check that one out. The next country on the list that I would absolutely run away from is Spain, and for two major reasons. Spain does not allow dual citizenship with most nationalities. Yes, in theory, they say, you renounce, but that does not have effect on your US or other type of citizenships. But in practice, that's illegal. That's against the law. You don't want to spend all this money and hard work chasing a country which does not allow dual citizenship. You're trying to keep the two passports, but if shit hits the fan, all these things come out, and that becomes a problem. Just because they're not charging you for something, that doesn't mean that they cannot in future. So that's the big reason. No dual citizenship is the biggest reason why I would avoid anything to do with Spain, not spend any time there. That's the smaller problem. The major problem is that they're heavily cracking down on cash. Literally, if you're trying to make a cash purchase of over $1,000, they block that. Can you believe that? So countries like Spain and France are going the absolute wrong directions. They're haters of cash. Do they want people to remain poor in that country? I don't know, but a lot of wealthy individuals, a lot of successful entrepreneurs are making their way out. They're exiting. And one of the worst passports that one can acquire is the French passport, because the drawbacks outweigh the benefits. Now, Durov Powell, the CEO of Telegram, made the mistake of acquiring the French nationality. And when he used that passport to enter France for legitimate purposes, according to him, the first thing he got was arrested, detained, stuck in the country. It's an interesting case study, interesting example why one would absolutely run away from a French or a Spain nationality. What is the alternative? The clear winner, the best alternative in 2026 is the Portugal option, the Portugal paper path to citizenship. And there's a major reason why this is skyrocketing, absolutely skyrocketing in 2026. Now, if you have missed that all important coverage on Portugal, definitely return and take a look at this video. There are 4 or 5 reasons why Portugal paper residency to citizenship is the #1 option in the EU. It's a friendly country. It's welcoming to outsiders. It's not going crazy like Spain or France. And that's why this is the best EU country to target if citizenship is your thing. It does not require you to be a tax resident, which is what most of the people watching this channel are looking for. And one of the biggest advantages with us is that we have partnerships where we optimize the cost. So legally, yes, 500k euros is required. We make up for it working with some of the biggest brand names in Portugal. So at any point in time, if you are looking to start any of these residencies, you know what, you can always click the link, book a call. We can have a quick chat and get you started with any of these options. And before I continue, please take a look at your subscription, and if you feel that this channel adds any value to your life, then please turn that subscription. It helps this channel grow and it helps me get you breaking news and on time. The third country that I would absolutely avoid at all costs is Australia. A lot of Australians are fed up and they're trying to run away. Digital IDs, CBDCs, extraordinary high crackdown from the ATO. They absolutely make life miserable for a lot of people, too heavy to comply with, and that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of Australians are looking to exit that system. So if Australians are trying to flee their own home country, think about you trying to enter Australia. The best alternative. And Australia is an APEC member country. APEC gives you business access to other APEC member countries. There are 19 of them: Russia, Chile, Peru, South Korea, Japan, and the list goes on. It's a heavy list of top countries where you have direct business access. It's not visa free, it's an actual functional access to that country. And the best alternative that's practically possible is the country of Mexico. And with least amount of physical presence, you can actually naturalize in Mexico. 6 to 12 months, you can actually look at getting your passport once you qualify. And if you have missed my video on how I acquired the fastest residency card in the world, you can return and take a look at this video. 1-day process, literally a 45-minute process, and you can acquire a residency in Mexico. I've also included other lightning fast residency options in that video, so that's a very important one. Make sure you return and check that one out. And we have a team established in Mexico. I did get my head of legal in Mexico on this channel to talk about that option and specifically talk about the pathway to citizenship and how fast it is. Now, Mexico does have an exceptional process. It takes 2 years of wait, so it's not instant like Albania or let's say Serbia. It does take that couple of years, but that's an option. The fourth country on this list that I would absolutely avoid in 2026 is the country of Serbia. Now, a lot of people talk about citizenship by merit. The big issue that I feel exists with certain citizenship by merits is when you're donating a big amount, right? So you're donating 200K, 250K or plus or more, right, to a country, then that money should actually be reflected on a project that is government approved. The government knows the amount of money that you're remitting is for a legal project or a contract that's benefiting or creating merit that benefits the nation. Then that donation or that amount of money that you're paying should be registered, should be reflected somewhere. If the money is being utilized to pay bribes to officials, then yes, that money could be going to government officials, but that's illegal, right? There's no paper trail. Those are the options you should absolutely avoid. So in theory, they might be legal citizenships, but once there's a regime change, then it could backfire. The citizenship could easily be terminated. It could be easily seen as giving bribes. Not all providers are fraudulent, and that's where your due diligence is very important. When you're picking a citizenship by merit program, yes, it could be legal right now, but you want to make sure it's sustainable. There's some logic to it, and whatever money you're paying is actually reflected on a project that is government approved, and the amount should be shown to a government account. It should show a proper trail where your money went for a cause that was government approved. There was a fixed price that you paid. It reflects to the proper sources, and it's not really paid in bribes to some of the other government official. And that's where I feel too many cooks in the kitchen for Serbia. So that's only one reason which affects the citizenship by merit. Not all providers are bad, but some are rotten apples. Be careful. But that's not the main reason. The main reason I would absolutely avoid Serbia is their large-scale protests, and they happen every single time there's an election or there's any event. People are fed up. So if the local people are fed up and they're trying to flee Serbia, think about the chaos that a foreigner might land into. So for that reason, I would absolutely avoid it. On surface level, in talks, it sounds interesting, but if you're practically trying to do something in the country, you got to be really aware of what the country is like, and that's where the alternative to Serbia would be Albania. Now, Albania does have a citizenship by merit program. It's 4 to 6 months. It's not bureaucratic like Serbia. It's very straightforward, and yes, we partner. There's a proper project which is government funded, government approved, and when you're doing any kind of remittance or donation, it's obviously accepted by the government, so you know that your program is sustainable long term. The reason why I think Albania is the #1 choice is because it has a very flexible and a friendly immigration system. In fact, it gives 1 year of visa free to certain nationalities, especially the US nationality. So let's say you're doing this for your family, but you have grandparents, or let's say you have parents who want to accompany you to Albania. They can live in Albania with you for that entire year. So yes, even if a few family members aren't citizens, it does not matter because they have plenty of time to live with you in that friendly country, beautiful country, amazing country of Albania. If you want to get more details about the Albania citizenship by merit option, I've made a very detailed video on this. You can return and take a look at this video. And then finally, as I promised, I wanted to disclose one of the fastest remote, 100% remote, zero tax country. That's a staple. Everyone's portfolio, I feel, should have that. Now, this is not immigration or legal or tax advice, but I personally feel this is too good to be missed. It's available without visiting the country. It's a real country, safe country, English speaking country. So it only makes sense to grab this. And this is the PR or the direct citizenship from Vanuatu. If budget is a constraint, you get the direct PR, lifetime PR that you can keep renewing in Vanuatu, or just get the passport and get done with it. And along with this package, you can strike a real address, a real utility bill, a real phone bill, and everything can be managed for you. This does not mean that you don't have to be compliant with your home country regulations, but let's say you have dealt with your home country, you have exited a tax system, and you're trying to establish a new set of IDs in a country, then Vanuatu, everything can be run remotely. You don't even have to visit, you don't even have to go there, and of course you have all your documentation. And our team, our specialized team in Vanuatu, manages this process for you. And remember, as I said, 2026 is the year that's going to make it or break it. So action is important, and you know what to do. You can always reach us and we can get you started with the option of your choice. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and catch you in the next one.